Namaste, Jai Shri Krishna. That is our traditional way of welcoming our guest. This Panchakshar consists of all prayers of the universe and brings joy and warmth of receiving. With that spirit, I welcome you all to our seminar, Parampara, Future of Craft Traditions. I would like to extend my warm welcome to our eminent speakers for the day who have courteously agreed to be part of this event. A very warm welcome to our guests who are here with us from different parts of India and abroad. I also welcome all faculty members, students of various institutes across India. A very special welcome to the members of Government of Gujarat if they are here, from DICRC, Cottage and Handicraft Industries. India, as Mark Twain, the eminent author and scholar remarks, was the cradle of the human race, birthplace of human speech, mother of history, grandmother of teaching, great-grandmother of traditions, the one land all men desire to see, and having once seen by even a glimpse, would not give up that glimpse for the show of entire globe. The richness of our country lies in its diversity, where each sector has made traditions global. And one cannot forget the Paramparas in varied fields, and today we celebrate such Parampara of craft traditions. Out of million-colored strands of tradition filled with song, verse, legends, myths, native romances, and episodes, the instances of everyday life of community and out of nature's own rich storehouses, was woven rich, creative, and forceful art. The role of craft in Indian society was pivotal, for it made the village society self-contained, which later inspired in Gandhiji's dream of Sarvodaya, a self-supporting community which stood for the good of all. The execution of craft was not just an economic compulsion, but a sacred duty. The growth of crafts in society was a sign of cultivation of sensitivity, and craft was a way of life. I remember Gandhiji when he says once, "A country remains poor in wealth, both materially and intellectually, if it does not develop its handicrafts and its industries and lives very lazy, parasitic life by importing all manufactured articles from outside." There was a time when we manufactured almost all we wanted. The process is now reversed, and we are dependent upon a lot of materials from outside world for most manufactured goods. We do not want to follow frog in the well policy, nor in seeming to be international, lose our roots. We cannot be international. Then he says, if we lose our individuality, that is nationality, that is a death. Dr. Radhakrishnan also narrated craft spirit in Indian environment and considered it as a key factor for nation's development. Renowned philosopher and thinker Rabindranath Tagore also says, life is perpetually creative because it contains itself that surplus whichever overflows the boundaries of the immediate time and space, restlessly pursuing its adventure of expression in the varied forms of self-realization. Tagore reminds me of Shantiniketan philosophy, of knowing crafts and weaving them in the life of learners. But much before Shantiniketan, we have lots of literature of Takshashila. Takshashila University was established around 700 BC. More than 10,500 students from all over the world studied more than 60 subjects. The campus accommodated students from as far as Babylonia, Greece, Syria, Arabia, China, France, and offered over 60 courses of various fields, such as science, mathematics, medicine, politics, warfare, astrology, astronomy, music, religion, philosophy, undercurrent of all, was craft were an integral part of the science and technology. At School of Interior Design, CEPT University, the living traditions, arts and crafts have been the integral part of our teaching and learning philosophy right from its inception. An intensive amount of research is being carried out in the craft sector today as well. We have established 3 years back, with the help of INDEXI, Government of Gujarat, Design Innovation and Craft Resource Center. We have looked at crafts and craftspeople in a very different plane. We have shared our experiences with various scholars, designers, professionals, and even with small-scale industries. Our concerns led us to organize series of seminars to derive new vision out of discussions with various people from various fields. Our first series of seminar was Interior Design Traditions, where we focused before independence era, second, after independence era, third, the contemporary times. It gave us visual mapping of total phenomenon of craft traditions and its expression in various scales as integral part of space making. The second step was to create dialogue between the fields of designers and craftspeople of various fields, and that gave us opportunity to look at crafts very closely in an integrated manner. This would be our third series of seminars starting today, concentrating on going close to craft, touching, feeling, knowing the real craft and nurturing them so that it flourishes to the fullest in future. Each craft has its own life to it, from where it grows, nurtures and expands. We need to understand that craft is like living organism, where there is a complex life-like system behind it. We need to take craft forward by holding hand in hand, where we have added sensitivity, sensibility and responsibility. We should understand craft will develop when they speak of an age when dignity lay in silence and beauty in subtlety. With this attempt, we have invited eminent speakers from all over India discussing topics like craft design innovation, craft mapping, identity development, building crafts and technology upgradation, and so on. The idea is not to merely look at these subjects or topics, but larger areas of concern where we all need to work upon. We need to develop an attitude where all our understanding is assimilated towards crafts and craftspeople and their sustainability, a reflection of which will be seen in our society. Through such intentions, our concerns needs to be addressed in a very different manner, and many questions arise in all our minds. What should be the process of revival of crafts? Is it an appropriate technology for craft sector? Is an answer. Is it really necessary to increase the speed of production of craft elements? If so, how one would take crafts community along? Can we assimilate crafts in our modern day-to-day living and living environment? What are the various sectors involved in the assimilation process? And so on and on. Out of all that, what is the role of a designer in assimilating the process and making this process faster? With such thoughts, I hope this seminar acts as an undercurrent to many of us, provokes us to understand the profoundness that is within the vast world of craft. Thank you.